Hey everyone, Mark and Joey here on a Monday morning, and Monday morning means recaps, and recaps of lots of sports going on again this past weekend. And first of all, we're going to tell you about the website, of course, ultimatesportschannel.com. Check there. Our whole news feed is there. Our sponsors, where you can watch us on podcasts, all those kinds of things that are of value to you that we're bringing to you from the Ultimate Sports Channel. And it's all there on the website. Makes it an easy place to go. Especially if you're going from video to audio or audio to video, shows you all the podcast channels that you can find us on through that. So we advise that you head out there. The other thing we'll talk about is quickly is a sponsor that coolicover.com. They came back to us this past weekend and have really upgraded the site. Have upgraded the sunglasses they're selling. We did talk to them about selling really cheap sunglasses since we're in sports and you need good quality stuff. So the website is really upgraded there. So head over to that, iCover.com. See all the fantastic sunglasses they have there for you and pick up a pair. Really good value for you. So anyway, also benshot.com as well. This is the coolest guys. They have glasses that they've embedded bullets into, golf balls into, pool balls into. They can do anything into a glass. It's really cool looking. You'll see it on our website as well, and you can head over to their website. But go through our link. There's a discount there for you if you use our link to get to them. So don't go directly to them. Go through the ultimatesportschannel.com. But let's talk about what we're here for, which is an outdoor sport. Right on sunglasses. Actually, is golf on the weekend. First week of the FEDEX Cup, and unfortunately, man, it's like was just still not really an exciting event. It's all year has been that.
I mean, it was pretty good. What's funny is that, like, the middle of the rounds are good. Beginning of the rounds, bring some excitement.
There's like 8 guys in range we thought for sure playoff.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, Reed has a 2-shot lead with 3 to go, and Answer, I guess, got within 1, I guess, but and had a chance to tie on 18, although the putt, was like from 40 feet away, so. It wasn't really going. Really, it was a shot from the fairway. It was a good shot, just not long enough. I don't know. I'm just not feeling the buzz. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. I just feel like these guys get even something like yesterday. I know it seems close because of the numbers. I don't know. It just felt like
he had it under control.
Yeah, I had it under control, and I don't know why that is. It's just I'm not getting excitement right now from these tournaments. Unfortunately, the most excitement I had was watching guys make putts to try to make a top 70.
Top 70, yeah.
And, like, Rom got up by 2 one point, and then they were like, oh, Rom's going to win. And then he just fall down so quickly. Then Reed got up so quickly.
Back-to-back bogeys right after he got the lead.
Like, there's just no lingering effect of excitement. And, I don't know. It just wasn't there for me. And it's really not, respect to Abraham Hanser and Patrick Reed for being on top of the boards. But you're not getting a DJ Brooks, Rory. Rory was kind of close, but not really.
No, he was coming from behind.
Speed was so far behind. I don't know. It's just the tournaments this year haven't really given me much excitement, and even yesterday with it being close, still no excitement, and still no playoff actually, which is so funny. They were talking about it today. It was the first time in their calendar year,
a whole year,
they didn't have a playoff all year. So really shocking there, and really we've had chances for big final events, and we haven't happened. But congrats to Patrick Reed. It's good to see him win, get back on top. He is an American force.
It's been a year ago the Masters since he won.
Yeah, 2018 Masters. So, that's a big deal. And obviously, he's good for America going into President's Cups and Ryder Cups. He's one of those guys that you love to hate, and that's important in every sport. There's always somebody.
Well, he had to, he had so much trouble with the Ryder Cup and all the other stuff. I mean, that's part of why I think he didn't win. When these guys will learn to just keep their mouth shut is beyond me. Especially around guys they see every week at the same tournament. It's not even like other sports like hockey and football where you put that aggression into the game. This is a one-on-one sport. You need to get along with these guys. You see them all the time in the locker room. I think it hurt him. I think it's taken a long time. He seemed better in interviews yesterday. Like you say, good to see him win because he was a guy really. I mean, it's a year and a half almost he took off without winning, but we really thought he would be one of the major guys. After he won the Masters, we thought, here's another guy that could take a run on a bunch of majors, and he hasn't even won an event till yesterday. So hopefully that'll be the start of something big for Patrick Reed. He's a talented golfer. There's no doubt about that. And he was able to win yesterday. Now, the win. Well, let's talk about Answer as well. He moved way up in the Cup standings.
I'm gonna get into the guys who qualified.
So he made a huge move, and Patrick Reed moved all the way to number 2. So the big issues with did he get number 2?
He got to number 2, and that's my thing actually is that you go from 50 to 2. Although everyone says that's the playoffs, and I guess not any sport that's possible. But, Brooks gets no advantage week 1. It's automatically quadrupled. I like to see it maybe doubled and then tripled next week. And then, you got the numbers. Quadrupled right off the very first week seems a little crazy to me to think now Patrick Reed's in second. But, that's what other sports are for, and that's why they gave it a reward for him finishing first in the regular season.
Right.
So, you can't complain nowadays. But yeah, at the end of the day, good win for Patrick Reed. But let's talk about, these other guys. So we had 5 guys actually that were on the outside and moved in, and you had Abraham Answer, who was one of those guys that moved in. Obviously, great job this week.
Moved way up.
Moving up. Actually, I don't think he moved in, so he just moved way up. He was like 69th or something.
Yeah, right on the bubble.
So good week by him. He's trying to get ready for the President's Cup too. It's not till December, but picks come early, and obviously top 8 are decided early. So he's trying to do that, which would be great. On the international side to add someone who's from Mexico. He represents Mexico. So another good week from him. We've seen him a little bit. We've seen him around actually a couple of events.
His name's been there. He just hasn't been able to close the deal. Yeah. Yesterday was really no different. Just no spectacular finish, and so second place. So he's not going to complain. I'll tell you that much.
And he moved way up on the par 5, so that was difficult for him there. And then we have the other people that moved up are Harold Varner. By the way, he had a great week. He had the biggest move. We started at 103.
Yeah.
He moved up 68 spots.
But another guy,
Harold Varner.
Had 3 putts from 10 feet or closer at the end. Couldn't get them in the hole. He could have been right there. We could have been tied for the lead. But you know what? Fantastic. I actually picked him 3-4 weeks ago, I guess, to win an event on the Wednesday. I didn't quite get it done there. And then I kind of just lost track of my guesses I was picking coming into this week. It was 103. I'm thinking, he's not the guy who's going to make a big move like he did. But congratulations. Also, very important on the tour. He's an African American player. Really the first since Tiger. I mean, it's 20 years, and really he's the first one to take a next step. And now he's right into the FedEx Cup. I'd love to see him finish real close to this. He'd have to have a win to be able to win it all. He'd have to win next week. But great to see someone out there making that happen. It's diversity in the game has to happen. And we really thought Tiger was going to make that happen in his career. And it's funny, he just hasn't. And
I think he's made a lot of regular folks,
play the game.
African-American regular folks play the game.
But
older
no
generations who kind of have, you go to a golf course, I do see, quite a bit out there. Now, they are old. You don't see still many kids out there that are African-American, hitting balls and stuff. But, we'll see going forward. There's a couple young kids that they're already talking about, 15, 16.
Well, we did a show a year ago on a young guy.
See going forward.
We did a show on a young guy they called the next Tiger Woods. And he was playing, I think, in the USA Kids tournament. I think he was like 10 or 11, something like that. So hopefully, Tiger, from the time he arrived, has been 23 years. It's shocking. 23 years since Tiger arrived on the scene. And a lot of the kids who maybe picked up on that are just getting to the ages of being teenagers. Well, and maybe we'll see a lot more diversity in the sport. But it's fantastic to see him do that.
People who, parents who witnessed, are now their kids are just happening now.
Yeah. So
Harold Varner's been out there for a while, so maybe he can keep it going. He's been out there for 6 years, so
and I hope he can be a great image and a great leader to more kids getting involved in the game. The game needs to grow. It's part of the game. It's probably one of the least diversified sports there is, and we'd love to see more of that come to the forefront here in North America. So good for Harold Varner. I was just glad to see him do that, and hopefully he can continue that over the next couple of weeks.
For sure, yeah. And then we got Troy Merritt, who I actually picked to move on in. Had to lead through a couple days, played some good golf, struggled on the weekend, but got it done, is moving on. Wyndham Clark is moving on. He played great this week. We witnessed his ability.
I called him at the start of the week to be a mover, and he moved finally.
At the 3M Classic, he had a good showing there, and now we're seeing him go back-to-back with moving on now to the top 70. So a good rookie on tour. Joaquin Neiman's moving on as well. He actually struggled a little bit this year, really to the end of the year, and obviously has peaked for the playoffs, and he's going to move on. He was on number 70, actually. Went from 74 to 70. Notables.
Sitting on pins and needles there.
Yeah. Notables that missed were Matt Wolff missed, Bubba missed, Sergio missed, Willett ended up missing, who was close at one point in this tournament. So,
Tiger was a whole other story still to go yet. But one of the big moves.
Tiger's still playing.
Let's talk about the big move. Jordan Spieth made the big move. Looked like he's getting close to ready, except a horrible Saturday. I just don't get it. But anyway, he came back yesterday. Got within, what did he finish? He's top 10, I believe.
He finished 6th.
6th place. So he's moving up, but also was really great to see is his game's moving up again. It seems to be a little bit better again.
This is really no different, though, than what we've seen over the last couple of months, maybe even most.
Well, it's a good Sunday. We haven't seen that.
Yeah, but it's because he kind of put himself more out of it on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, he was. I mean, he finished third at the PGA, but was in the final grouping on Saturday. Failed again. Wyndham. He failed.
A terrible day, yeah.
He failed at the British Open. You know, he's got to find ways to
Get
close one out and get a win. Now, what I do like about his game, obviously, is I feel like if he wins, he's a guy that can all of a sudden, as we've seen before, rattle off 5 wins in a year with a couple majors to it. So, you know, if he can get something done here in these last 2 weeks, get that winning feeling back, he might be able to continue into next year. Maybe that results in some majors for him and some big wins. He's certainly that guy. I mean, he has all the talent in the world. We obviously know that. And he's still young, actually, at 26 years old. So we put him out of our minds a little bit. But, you know,
he seems old 'cause how long
he's one major away from Brooks, and we think Brooks is great, but Brooks is 30. So, you know, really, Spieth can easily get it going here and have a big season.
However, what I didn't like, which has been his history, right? A lot of long putts is how he got a lot of his birdies, and that just doesn't sustain forever. He's not hitting the ball close, and that's a concern.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that. I'm not concerned about
that.
That's his game. What I'm concerned about is double bogeys, and really what it comes down to it for me is, you know, that's fine if you can hit 16 greens because he's that good of a putter. It's right now that he hit 8 greens yesterday.
Exactly.
You know, that's where my worry is. So I'm not really worried about proximity to the hole because, you know, everyone has their best part of their games, and for him it's obviously putting. But he can't hit 8 greens. You got to hit, you know, if you're going to not hit it close.
He can't rely on making 20 and 40 footers all the time. Like
and he had 21 putts. I mean, you gotta start hitting 14 to 16 greens, which is what he did when he won 5 times. People forget this. He didn't hit it close then either. But he hit a lot of greens, so he wasn't making at least bogeys or doubles.
Yeah.
And then he was making a lot of birdies. That's fine. That's your strength. Use it. But you got to hit more than 8 greens. You got to start hitting 14 greens consistently. And you can't take doubles. He had a double yesterday. So, you know, that's sort of the thing that you got to watch out for. But it's trending in the right direction. He just needs a win. He needs to get through 4 days. He needs it. Whether even if he backs into it, I think if he can get lucky on like even a tough day where everyone struggles but can somehow hang in the lead and win a tournament, just something to give him a trophy so he can get going.
But higher up the leaderboard, at least he was 69th going in. Where did he finish up? He would have finished up in the top 30.
Yeah, he moved all the way up to like 23rd.
Yeah, so that was a great tournament, even with the same deficiencies he's had since he's he hasn't won in 2 years now. Trying to come back from whatever struggles he's got in his head and his swing. And but it was nice to see, like I say, a top number moving way up in the FedEx Cup. So that was good to see. And the other interesting one for me was Brooks. Now we all know that Brooks kind of takes weeks off, but I didn't really think any of the FedEx Cup weeks would be a week off. And he was kind of just nowhere really in the first 3 days, and then got running yesterday, but then took a triple bogey, which is so unlike Brooks. He rarely takes a big number.
Yeah, I think at that point he had to keep going though. He knew he had to get low. That only got him to -11. You know, he said in his interview his goal was to get to like 15, so that'd be almost like 9 under par. So I'm not really worried about it. You know, you force yourself to play a little loose when you have to go crazy low like that. That's obviously the point of the game. And really what happened was on 8 on a par 5, a little wedge shot, he flew the green into the back bunker, made bogey. Yeah. And that's really what derailed his round. I think 9 was lingering effect, even for Brooks. But I'm not too worried about it. You know, he putted poorly. He hit it pretty good. I know he's fine going into
he's a comeback guy. He knows
I just don't think he cares at all. Like, there's no such thing. I think if he played well last week, you told him as a comeback, he'd be like, what? Like, what are you talking about? It's just, it is what it is. He just moves on. He keeps working. And I think he's fine going forward. The real story for me, actually, of this event is John Rahm, again, not being able to close. People talk about the wins he has, and I'll give him credit. He's won, obviously, 4 times. But a lot of those wins are really when he comes from behind. He's so far behind, he shoots low scores to win. He's not a great front runner.
Well, you can't really count, what was the Scottish Open?
Irish Open.
Irish Open just doesn't have enough guys, top guys in it. To do that.
It has a decent cream of the crop, but really what it is just you see he's like a Fowler. He does not win from the lead, and as soon as he got the lead yesterday, he immediately blew up. It's just like a Ricky Fowler effect. You know, I give Ricky all the credit. He has won events, and you know he has all these top 5s, but he's not a front runner. And you saw it with Rahm yesterday. As soon as he got a 2-shot lead, he immediately bogeyed a hole with a wedge. He immediately bogeyed next hole with a short shot.
Right after the bogey, the temper showed too. He kept himself pretty under control.
He knows this is an issue of his. Yeah. So anyways, though, let's look into the bets we made. And he did win one of them that we did not have. He won top Euro. We had Rory. Well, you had Rory. I had Shane Lowry. But John Rahm is the top Euro. The top other is Abraham Answer. I had a close one in Louis Oosthuizen. He finished at -11. I don't think you did that one. Top American, I had Webb, and you obviously
I had
Thomas, I think.
Thomas, yeah.
And obviously
he was there for a while too.
And obviously Patrick Reed ended up winning that. Yeah, Thomas, he's got to find his putter going into these next couple weeks. If he can't find his putter, he ain't going to win. But I'll tell you what, his wrist injury is over with. He's hitting the ball fantastic. So that's got to be comforting for him after 5 weeks off.
And I don't think you would have got huge odds on Reed. As far as top American,
yeah. Although
50th
he's
going
won
in.
the Northern Trust
50th?
twice now. So he likes the first event of the FedEx Cup. I don't know what it is. But it was different course. Not like they play the same course, but
the same course.
Maybe the first event of the FedEx Cup gets him. I don't know. Maybe puts a little something extra in his fire there, and he's won it twice now. So, but Patrick Reed it was a hard one to call.
And now 16 months of not winning, it was just amazing. But anyway,
and then we have more bets we made. First of all, let's just look at our players. You had Rory 6th, good bet.
Yeah.
I don't think you would have taken him top 10. I think you would have taken
Rory,
top 5.
Top 5. That one I lost out in.
Thomas
just can't close, man.
Yeah.
He's like so many of these guys.
Thomas finished 12th. I don't think you would have gone outside top 10 with him.
No, I didn't.
Hadwin, you had top 20. He finished 43rd.
Yeah.
And Woodland finished 52nd. He's really been a bit of a lull. Obviously, once he won the U.S. Open, he also had twins. So
I only took him because I saw an interview where he said, the twins are over, the U.S. Open's over, I'm ready to go. He wasn't quite.
Well, he played
not bad golf, but
he played like he was relaxed.
Here's what he'll be is I bet in the next 2 weeks when now he's got this all behind him and moving on. So
yeah, I mean, I still think
there's
a lingering effect of him finally winning the U.S. Open. Yeah. We know what great of a guy he is. He's awesome. Everyone loves him. So I don't know if he'll get the fire for last event, but we'll see. Obviously, I had Simpson tied 18th. A little disappointing there. Mirakar 52, really bad. Poston fell back 59th, and Shoffley missed the cut, so I really struggled there. We didn't have our greatest weeks. You had a decent week with Rory and Thomas, although they probably wouldn't have fit the bets you would have to take for the odds they are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we did not do great there. But hey, we've had good weeks leading up to this. I had Troy Merritt moving in was probably the big bet of the week, and Louis Oosthuizen was close. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done.
Well, I think it's part of the playoffs, as we know. I mean, we played basketball and we played hockey. Playoffs are tough. I mean, hockey, all the number 1 seeds went out. And so, it's difficult to know who's going to step up in the playoffs. But, like I say, I'm happy my guys were close. I think Thomas and Rory will be picks again for the next 2 weeks. And they're going to break through. And the great thing about golf with the amount of odds they have, you only got to get 1 week out of them, and you cash in on some pretty big odds. So I'm not too worried about that. We'll see what happens as we get into next week, which will lead us into our show on Wednesday, as we always do, where we talk about Thursday and the rest of the tournament, trying to catch one of those big winners, and talking about what's going to happen in the second round. It's a really big cut down to 30 after this next event.
Yeah, now, fun fact, well, this week they'll all play 4 days.
Yeah,
so,
no cut to lose out on.
Bit of an advantage there for guys maybe on the bubble. It should relax you a touch knowing that you got 4 days. But yeah, going to be an interesting event out in Liberty National, another well-known golf course, very famous, high-quality golf course out in the Chicago area. We'll see if Tiger tees it up, what it all means going in on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger teeing up or doesn't tee it up. I mean, teeing up is only for the press and for the fans. He's just not in good shape right now. His body was stiff again. He mentioned himself this week. His body's just broken down at the end of the season here. He may show up. I think he's best off to not show up if he's not ready to play. There is kind of some, there is a point now of backing out and those kinds of things and how it impacts. There's lots of people wagering on golf now. You can't have these kinds of things where guys are just, I went out there and just played. There's a lot of people that are counting on the way they play, and Tiger's one of them. And hopefully he'll only play if he's in shape to play. I think that'd be the best way.
Well, I can tell you that won't happen because he has to play if he wants to make the top 30. He's going to probably chance it. I doubt he'll practice all week. I bet he'll skip Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and go right into Thursday and take his chances. There's no cut. He's going to try his best. If you're going to bet on Tiger, I'll just bet to miss the cut. Even though you won't win profit, at least you'll push
no cut,
if he withdraws. Oh, yeah. So don't bet on him at all.
This week he burned me. Yeah,
let the guy play. Let him try to grind it out and see what happens. Enjoy the fact that Tiger's even bothering trying to tee it up for the fans out there in Chicago.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that is what's important is kids and people who buy tickets. I'll give Tiger credit in his older age. He's at least giving it a shot each week. Even though it's sad to watch, people don't seem to care. They just want to see Tiger.
Yeah,
so,
always.
Don't wager on it, though.
Yeah, you never know how long it's going to happen with Tiger. So, but anyway, hopefully he's able to get it all loosened up this week. The one good thing for Tiger, he doesn't lack in doctors.
Doesn't lack in doctors, and we know if he's healthy,
he'll play.
He has the most talent in the world. So
you
can even tell, when he's healthy, he can just find it. So he's got 9 doctors probably working on that stiffness of that back.
Yeah.
Like I said, you probably won't see him at all this week, maybe on a few range sessions. But, he can always get it going if he can trust the fact that his body is healthy. That's really his key to success.
So this is back-to-back tournaments now, the British Open, and now this event where he felt stiff going in
all year.
so much so that he didn't really expect much out of himself. So I think we expect the
Listen
same
to
thing
presser.
next week.
His presser gives it away.
Yeah,
he tried to warn us last year. He goes last week. He goes, I am stiff. So he's not trying to fool you. He's being pretty honest and really trying to tame the results and tame the expectations.